In today's session, we are seeing a fresh bullish breakout in the Euro USD above 1.190 level, and I think looking at its current technical outlook, we are pretty much likely to see the further move towards 1.200 in the remaining part of this week. And if we consider the today's market momentum, the catalyst in the market has been the possible halt to the vaccination drive for Johnson and Johnson vaccine in the United States, and that sent the Dow Jones Industrial Average reading lower, and also that pushed the dollar on the back foot against most of its major currency peers, and that is also being reflected in the Euro USD. Now, if we consider the data of it for the day, we have these numbers so far. Earlier in the day, the Euro area ZDW indicator of economic sentiment was released, and there we are seeing the moderation to below 70 levels. In the prior month, it was above 70. Now, in light of the fresh restrictions there, and if we consider the vaccination program in the Euro area, it has been a lot slower compared to the United States or even United Kingdom. And as a result of that, the economic activity has not really resumed to the fullest extent possible. And because of that, we are seeing this moderation in the Euro area ZW indicator of economic sentiment. And similar kind of readings are also there for the Germany. Now moving to the US session, we got the inflation numbers and the long feared possibility of inflation shooting past 2 percentage has now come true, and we saw that for the month of March the inflation is now at 2.6%. This is the highest reading for almost more than 3 years, and for next couple of months the situation is likely to remain similar, and even I think central bank has also factored in that because of the fiscal stimulus and also supply constraints are the contributing factor, but the thinking is that this inflation overshoot is likely to be transient, temporary, and after a quarter or two, we might see the inflation getting lower, closer to the 2% target. Now, let's shift our attention to the technical segment. First, we will consider Euro USD's technical outlook, and then we will also see what are the possible trades in the light crude oil. Let's start with the Euro USD's technical outlook. This is the daily time frame chart, and here the Euro USD has been consolidating in a very narrow range for last couple of sessions. And as I said while introductory remarks, we are seeing fresh momentum after these vaccination concerns, and as a result of that, the euro has gained almost around 30 to 40 pips from the lower side, and it is now trading on the highest levels of the day. And from here also, it will be better for us to keep in mind that the sentiments are bullish and keeping and for that, if we want to exploit, we will have to look for the buy trades and further move toward these prior swing high around 1.200. These consolidation phase highs are likely to be the next target for the euro usd, and in near term the immediate swing lows of this consolidation phase, which are just there about 1.185 levels, are going to be the crucial marker. So as long as euro usd is holding well above these consolidation lows, with the underlying formation has been of higher highs and higher lows for last couple of sessions. So unless that changes, the near-term outlook remains bullish, and we will look for some optimum opportunities to go for the fresh entries in today's session. We have this central pivot point around 1.185, and after the initial break on the higher side, we saw that Euro USD has been hovering above it for last almost 2 weeks, and even in this week we are seeing that on the lower side it has found good support so far. So I think in in continuation of its current stance, we can expect at least a move toward this first resistance of this month's pivot point series, which is there around 1.199, so almost 1.20 level. And if we consider the regression curve, it has also now shifted its stance from earlier bearishness to now this bullishness. And if we look at the immediate price action, it is now again trying to get back in the upper band of this regression curve. And if that happens, and if the price momentum sustains, I think it will have further, it will add further impetus to this strong bullish tendency for the Euro USD, and 1.20 level shouldn't be hard to reach in next couple of sessions. So if we want to look for the sharp stop loss levels, I think we will have to look for the entry anywhere closer to these today's consolidation lows around 1.189 level. And for the time being, we are not really close to that. But if we consider these both SMA, the 50 SMA and the 100 SMA confluence, it is also likely to act as a near-term floor on the lower side. So for next couple of sessions also, particularly for tomorrow's session, we can utilize this confluence zone of around 1.190 as a decisive marker. So as long as price action sustains above it, we can continue to search for the entry for a long trade. And for that, first we will need some consolidation after this spurt on the higher side. And we have already seen almost 60 pips move from the lower side to the highest point. And most of the time, the underlying instrument doesn't really move in a straight line, so we can anticipate that some consolidation will happen and maybe some sort of slight correction also. And if that does happen, then that will be beneficial for us as it will reduce our stop loss levels. We can go for a fairly sharp stop loss while getting involved for a buy trade. So in today's session or in tomorrow's session, if you are fortunate enough to get the entry anywhere in the price band of 1.190 to 1.191 with consolidation in place, you can keep a stop loss anywhere close to this low. The stop loss around 1.88 or 1.189, this price band should be good enough. And on the higher side, the immediate target can be worked out above the immediate high, this high established in today's session around 1.194. And if you want to go for the swing trade, if you are willing to wait for a session or two, then even 1.20 can be targeted. But even if you don't really want to wait for 1.20 level, if we are going for a stop loss of anywhere around 20-25 pips, then even the 50 pips move on the higher side will get us the risk reward ratio of 1 is to 2. Now let's see what's happening in the light crude oil. The light crude oil's trajectory I had also talked about in yesterday's session, and it is holding well as per yesterday's anticipation. I had looked into the possible upward momentum sustaining in light crude oil, and that's what we are seeing in today's session also. So moving forward also, I think we can continue to look for the buying opportunities in the light crude oil, and as long as these consolidation phase lows are intact and we don't really see any fresh swing low formation on the lower side, we can be quite hopeful for the buy trade bringing us a decent reward. Of course, we will have to take the risk, but the reward are likely to be in favorable terms, in favorable ratio for us to take the risk. So in near term, the resistance zone is likely to be this central pivot point. So unless and until we have a fresh breakout above this immediate hurdle of this month's pivot point series, we can expect some muted momentum in the light crude oil. So for last more than a week, we have seen that the range has been fairly narrow for light crude oil, and it hasn't really been able to cross and hold above these resistance, the near-term resistance. But this extended consolidation does give us some hope that on the lower side, it is finding the buying momentum. Whenever it has dipped around the US dollar 58 per barrel mark, it has found the bullish momentum creeping back, and it has again gotten closer to this US dollar 60 per barrel level. So this time around also my anticipation is that unless and until we have any fresh break on the lower side, we can be quite hopeful of the continuation of this trajectory. But of course, for any sharp large move above this immediate hurdle, we might have to wait for the next couple of sessions. Of course, we can't really time the market, but only after this breakout on the higher side, we are likely to see a sharp move on the higher side. So, if we want to continue to trade with the scalping technique in mind, we can target the confluence zone of these 50, 100, and 200 SMA, which is there around US dollar 59.5 per barrel to the on the lower side, and on the higher side we have the price band of around US dollar 60 per barrel. So this confluence zone I think is going to be the immediate support for the light crude oil prices, and as we had seen in yesterday's session also, it is indeed finding some support closer to this confluence area, and even in today's session it tried to get past this prior swing high, yesterday's swing high, but it didn't really succeed, and now it is again inching lower. But as long as it doesn't really break below the support zone, we can continue to look for the buy trade even in today's session and in tomorrow's session as well. So go means keep looking for the entry after due consolidation around this price band of US dollar 59.5 on the lower side to the US dollar 60 per barrel on the higher side. So any entry point in this price band is going to get us decent risk reward ratio, as I feel that the risk is not going to be much. I think we can utilize this immediate low, the prior swing low, which is there around US dollar 58.8 per barrel level, and on the higher side the levels of around central pivot point of this month pivot point series can be targeted, and that is going to get us the risk reward ratio of 1 is to 2. And if we do get the breakout on the higher side above that immediate hurdle, immediate resistance, then even the higher levels closer to US dollar 63 or even above that are possible, but that is likely to take a couple of days. In the light crude oil, we can even sometimes we do get to see sharp moves of even 4 percentage point, 5 percentage point, or even more than that. But we are not really counting on that. Even if we don't really gain big move, still I think the trade is likely to be favorable enough for us to get involved. The risk reward ratio is also better than 1 is to 2. So I think the risk can be taken, but of course the risk is risk, and so we do have to be careful with the trade. And with this, the session is also coming to an end. And if any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off,